Good day, not Facebook. Actually, this is TikTok. I've never gone live on TikTok, so this is my first time. I don't know the intricacies of going live or not going live, but I'm gonna just share a little bit about myself and who I am, what I do. My name's Armando Garza. I am. You will see that my call sign is PMF Nation. Basically, the reason it is PMF Nation is because of the fact that I have gotten involved in a frequency wellness entity. I would call it a family, a community that deals with basically using frequency in a thing called pulse electronic magnetic field therapy in order to feed your body the proper frequency and energy that it needs in order to heal itself. Okay? I can't make any medical claims. I can't say it cures any diseases. I can't say that it's any kind of magic treatment. You will see at the top of my little icon, I call it the Biohack of the Century. And the reason I call it that is because PMF has been around for over 30 years. It was actually studied and developed to a next level by NASA because of the fact that there was astronauts who were experiencing a lot of bone density issues, basically muscle decay, a lot of issues with their body by being in space. Okay? What that means is when you're in space, your body has zero gravity, and so you don't have a lot of things going on that allows you to stay grounded. And our body is designed just like we need water, we need sunlight, we need frequency, we need to be grounded, we need the energy that comes out of the earth to come into our body. That's why it's always used to be where people used to walk around and actually put their feet on the ground in order to feed that energy, that body, the right frequency. And thank you for joining, everybody. I don't know this TikTok realm in order for me to kind of start telling you a lot of stuff from the standpoint of invite or emojis. I'm not here to gain a huge TikTok following. I'm here basically to share information, okay? And it's information that's become valuable to me and has drastically changed my quality of life that I am now sharing with other people. So this pulse electronic magnetic field technology is basically what it does is your body operates at a certain resonant frequency. It's called the Schulman resonance. And I'm not no high-tech guy. I ended up, as a result of learning about this technology, started reading a book called The Fifth Element, PEMF, The Fifth Element. Great book if you ever get a chance to read it. I'm actually now doing it again on audio. But basically what it is that it's the frequency, the natural frequency that your body resonates with, and all of us are bioelectrical. Our body is constantly regenerating cells and creating cells every moment. I don't know if you know much about the whole concept of the mitochondria and ATP production, but basically our body is either in fight or flight mode, okay? We're either at calm and at rest and rehealing and rebuilding cells and helping ourselves internally heal from the inside out, or we're in a situation of constant oxidative stress and inflammation, and our body is in pain, it's hurting, it's breaking down. And so that's why people deal with all these secondary conditions. That's why you have all these diseases that have gone rampant over the last few years. I myself have been terrible early in my life with my health and wellness. As a result of that, I constantly have had the battle of weight, and I've always struggled. I've tried every single weight loss program on the book out there. I've had tremendous success and tremendous failure. We'll talk about the success first. I have lost over 200 pounds twice, okay? And I've slowly put it back on because why? I let the rigors of life and the just the challenges of life put me back into my old habits, and then I start eating again. I stress eat. I'm a stress eater. I love food, and I'm not the person that could say no if there's something that I enjoy and like, because I'm an emotional eater. I'm a stress eater. So it's always been a battle for me personally. But I've always continually basically have worked towards trying to improve my health. Like I said, I've lost 200 pounds twice. Okay. The first time I did it through just a lot of shakes and a rigorous cleansing process and stuff. And it was probably more of a fad program that I constantly did. And it worked, but then again, when I went back to my old habits and I stopped the behavior, I slowly gained back the weight. During that time, when I lost the 200 pounds, I started really becoming an advocate for cancer because of the fact that my mom had cancer, and then I wanted to kind of support her and just her fight. So I started doing half marathons. And I started running and walking and getting exercise in. And I became kind of an addiction in itself, learning how to learning how to create wellness in my lifestyle. Then what ended up happening is, like I said, I slowly climbed back up. I ended up getting into a really high stress job where I was working 12 hours a day. Again, I started not planning my meals, not going to the gym, slowly gaining weight. Again, the battle that all of us go through, the reality of life, it is always there. And so as I stress eat it, I started putting the weight back on slowly. I got myself to a place where I gained a lot of the weight again. And then, again, I started trying to lose weight again. I ended up, everybody has probably seen online a company called Live Good. I'm not promoting it right now. That's not my intent. But the reason why I thought it was good is as part of me learning mitochondrial health, ATP production, learning about metabolic stability. I read a book by Casey Means called Good Energy, and that shared with me a lot about the need to have, sound habits. And so I started changing my eating habits and integrating supplementation. And again, I lost another 100 pounds, dropped my A1C by 5 points. I was doing really well. I ended up having my third bout of COVID. And unfortunately, on that third bout of COVID, I was hospitalized, intubated, put on oxygen, ran tons of tests on me. What we ended up finding out is as they ran exams, CAT scans, CT scans, MRIs, all this kind of stuff, that I had stage 4 renal carcinoma. It's kidney cancer. So unfortunately, as a result of that, I just really, again, honed down, started looking at my health, started looking at my wellness, trying to make changes. Again, I started going into immune therapy to help with fighting the cancer. There's a lot of side effects in immune therapy, a lot less than chemotherapy, but it was at least keeping the cancer from progressing. Okay. Again, integrating a lot of wellness stuff, NAD+, NMN, methylene blue, a lot of herbal stuff, turmeric, ginger, a lot of stuff for my just my whole mitochondria, my metabolic health, healing my gut microbiome, all that kind of stuff that people have to do in order to start getting their health in order. Okay, and so that's what I started doing in order to get myself better. But one of the side effects of this immune therapy that was absolutely devastating to me was that I started experiencing just terrible neuropathy. I don't know if you're familiar, if you've ever had neuropathy, if it's something, but it is one of the scariest conditions you ever can have. Because why? I already had started doing all the metabolic health diet changes in order to improve. I had lost weight, but now I wanted to increase my exercise, increase my walking, increase my, just a lot of what I was doing in order to improve my health. But I didn't have the energy of, I had very low testosterone level, and I was working on that as well. But it was also, I had instability, okay? My feet were numb all the time. They were burning, they were tingling. At night, they would get ice cold. I fell not once, not twice, but 3 different occasions I fell. The first time, I broke my elbow right here, okay? The second time, I ended up messing up my L3, L4 in my back, okay? The third time, I messed up my right knee meniscus. So every single time, and it was scary because like when I would take a step, when I would move and walk, I literally would not feel the ground underneath me. It was just debilitating. I don't even know the correct word. I just felt unstable. I felt scared to walk. I was using a cane. I already had come off oxygen after 6 months of leaving the hospital, and my lungs were getting stronger. A lot of the cancer that had been in my lungs had cleared up, still hadn't cleared up completely in the kidney. I'm still going through immune therapy for that. But again, that immune therapy just destroys your nerves. It was causing me to just really be frustrated. I felt my quality of life was terrible. And then I ended up coming across a technology. Like I said, this PEMF, you see it up there. I'm holding a little bit of a machine. This PEMF technology is pulse electronic magnetic field. It feeds not only that frequency into your body, but it also feeds terahertz. So it helps 2 different ways, 2 different frequency levels. One deals with a lot of the bone, blood, nerve issue. The other one deals with deep tissue. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I don't claim any medical claims. But what I can tell you is if you're interested in knowing about this technology, you can always reach out to me, drop a PEMF, drop history or something like that. And I'll send you a little link, a little video that talks to you about the history of PEMF. Again, it has been around for 30 years. It was exclusive to the elite, right? It was exclusive to the wealthy. Why? Because in the early time when PEMF was released, it was released as a lab type environment. People were going into special locations, and they were laying on a mat or in bed, and they were putting electrodes on themselves, and they were being able to feed that frequency into their body. And you had to have a lot of cheddar. You had to have a lot of money in order to be able to do this. But guess what? What happened about 3 years ago? There was a set of men who were based out of Asia, okay? They were all friends with one another. They ended up getting really wealthy in the crypto space. Not promoting crypto. That's just telling you the history of these guys. So what ended up happening is they ended up having a lot of money, right? And probably more money than they could spend. what ended up happening was one of them ended up getting ill, and he was having issues with fatigue and drain and energy, and just kind of almost like a condition, almost like your autoimmune kind of condition. And so he started experimenting what is out there. He found a company in Germany that was developing this PEMF technology. They were also teamed up with another development in Switzerland, and they came together because they had the money, right? They had the wisdom and the ability, and they developed this technology over time. It took about 3 years. It went through strenuous testing. They have over 200 patents on the equipment. They have developed it. The name of this device that you see behind you in my picture is called a P90. Now, that was the first version. It's a foot plate that allows you to adjust frequency and feed that frequency into your body. Just like you get grounded on the ground, but it does it at a more intense level, right? And so as you feed that frequency, you could feel the energy going into your body. I can get an electric tester when I have this machine on, and I can touch my body and the electric tester will turn on because of the energy and the electricity that is transmitting through my body. It's absolutely incredible on how this machine works. That's why you see up here, I say biohack of the century. So as they developed this P90, they started, and the reason it's got the name 90 is they went through 90 iterations to perfect the device. So they didn't stop at P1. They went all the way to P89 and then all the way to P90, and they basically ended up developing this equipment. Then they ended up getting the next level device called the P90 Plus, and that's the one that has the extra ultra terahertz. And one of the other things that it has, it's a complete wellness system because it has 2 wands. One wand is a wand that is called, we call it the claw, but it's called a Revitalux wand, and it's a targeted wand. Let me see if I can pull it out here. I apologize for getting off the screen. It's a targeted wand, okay? This is the Revitalux wand. And what's cool is if you see all these buttons, it's got frequency, it's got EMS or TENS unit. I don't know if you've ever used that electronic pulse that you could use. It's got heat, it's got vibration, and then out here it's got red light therapy. So you get like multiple modalities in one with the wand. Well, what was great with the wand, because I ended up getting the P90 Plus, is this was one of the 2 wands that it came with, is that I can now do targeted therapy. I do it on the elbow that was broken, right? I told you earlier on one of the falls, I had broken my elbow. Well, I use that for that particular purpose. I also have a lot of tendonitis in the shoulder, right? So I can sit there and turn it on and just drill into that shoulder, and that frequency, that terahertz, that red light, that heat, everything that's in this unit is feeding that shoulder. I feel it immediately. Okay, so this is one. The other one they have is, let's see, do I have it over here somewhere? I don't see it around. So the other one that I have, it's called the Beauty Frost, okay? And it basically is for the face and for the skin. It gives you RF frequency to feed your skin, as well as TENS, to basically help collagen production and help the skin. Now, there's people that pay tons of money to go out and get beauty treatments at spas in order to help. Well, as part of the immune therapy, if you can look, I have some scars here. Well, what ended up happening was I started getting a lot of skin reactions from the immune therapy. When I got the skin reactions, I started scabbing. So I started, first of all, using a little bit of the red light, which would heal the wounds and close up the wounds faster. I wouldn't put it on it. I would kind of layer it around it. And it comes with like this electrostatic conductive gel that you just put in there, and it helps just like you would do an ultrasound or something of that nature. So you know, I would do a little bit of the red light, and then I would follow it with the beauty frost and get the RF frequency. And as you can see, my face is healed up tremendously. Okay, so you're getting one device, the P90 Plus, that does the foot plate, feeds the frequency. I've seen people with various conditions, neuropathy, and again, this is not medical claims. I'm just sharing testimonies of people that I've seen that done well. People with just severe knee injuries, back injuries, shoulder injuries, people who've even have had different medical situations. And again, I would recommend you consult your physician or your doctor for any kind of added stuff into your repertoire, you know, because again, I'm not making any medical claims. I'm just sharing with you what I've seen. I've seen people with just numbness in their arms due to whatever condition. And they, again, they use the claw, or there's other devices that they have. There's a device that's goggles, right? That will allow you to rest your eye from all the frequency and blue light that we get from phones and computer, and it relaxes the muscle and relieves the tension. And I see people, they put those goggles on and they knock out within about 15 minutes. I mean, it's crazy. Now, I'm waiting for my goggles. My goggles haven't come. I actually just recently ordered them. But that's one other device they have. They also have an actual blue light wand that actually you can set it up, and it has high pressured air that feeds through your body. I saw this great demonstration where a guy was in the back side feeding the wand and the pressure of the air, the blue light, into the body. And on the other side, he held a pendulum. And literally the pendulum was rocking because the frequency was going through his body. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Now, the other thing that they've come out with, and I have it on right now, is a thing called the shaken massager. Now, the shaken massager is this device right here. Okay? Now, the shaken massager has 7 different therapies in one. Okay? It is designed in order to, it has red light, it has frequency, it has terahertz, it has PEMF, it has massage, it has vibration, it has heat. Okay, this you can put it on your front, you could put it on your back. Now remember, I told you I had messed up my L3, L4. I've been using it on my back, and it's been helping me tremendously with my back. So at this point, my neuropathy is gone. I'm still using my cane when I leave the house for safety reasons, but now I'm being able to walk around the house. I'm feeling my feet. All the burning and tingling is gone. All the cramping is gone. The cold feet are gone. I can walk and feel stable. It has just been a game changer for me. This coming week, I go to physical therapy for the first time because I got approved to do that. And what they're going to do is work with me to help my core, strengthen my core. Because during these last several years, I've been basically very, very, what's that word? Your lifestyle when you're not moving a lot. I can't even think of the word right now. It's drawing my blank. So I want to be able to increase my mobility, my exercise, my moving, get my quality of life back. And now that I have the stability of my feet, I'm going to be able to now integrate the exercise. I'm going to continue on the nutrition. I'm going to continue on working on my health and wellness. Like I said, I had originally lost about 100 pounds During Christmas, I probably put about 10, 15 of that back. I'm going to get back on track with that. But again, I wouldn't have those options if I didn't have this. And then here's the other thing. This bell, I got the doctors, the oncologies, okay for me to use it. So this PEMF, this terahertz, is not only helping and feed my back. In the front, it helps with inches and visceral fat, but it's also moving around the tumor that's in the kidney, right? And so I'm hoping that the next time I do my MRI, my CT scan and stuff, that they see some improvement. It's been great that it hasn't grown, it hasn't moved with the immune therapy, but I'm hoping that I see some miraculous results. God's the one that's in control, not me. And I'm just going to remain positive, remain with an attitude of gratefulness and thankfulness. And I'm grateful for this equipment because it's given me options. It's allowing me to fight the battle of cancer in a way that most people can't fight it, right? It came together because of a friend of mine had the courage to reach out to me. She talked to me and said, Armando, this technology's just been released into the US. It was started in Asia. This was back in January. They're just opening up in the US. And now you can buy this technology here in the US for the first time. I immediately bought the foot plate. Now here's what happens. When you buy an item, you automatically not only become a member or a customer of the company, you get automatic 100% resale rights of their product. Okay? I'm not a big salesman. I will share value with you. I will share what's worked with you. I will share everything that can happen in your personal life. But the value comes from you putting it to use and sharing it with others who are in pain or who need help or who need solutions or who need something special in their life. This technology works. It ain't no hype. I can promise you because I'm a first-hand story, okay? So right now, in the U.S. for the month of July, the company is named Only Life, right? You can chat GPT it. And one of the things I would challenge you to do is chat GPT this. Does PEMF work for, and name your condition. Tell me what it is. Does it work for carpal tunnel? Does it work for plantar fasciitis? Does it work for arterial arthritis? Does it work? What does it work for? Does it help me with sleep? Does it help me reset and rejuvenate? Does it help me with circulation? Does it help me with inflammation? You chat GPT that, and you will get responses that will blow your mind. You can always also look on PubMed. There are thousands of PubMed publishes on the value of PEMF. Like I told you, if you're interested, I will share with you the history of PEMF, and I will also share with you a blood analysis. This was somebody who had their blood analyzed before they did PEMF, and then they ended up doing 20-minute session, and they added the PEMF into their lifestyle, and how the blood dynamic flow drastically changed. Why? Because you're feeding your body the energy and the circulation and the frequency that it needs to cause the movement. And you need to understand that that blood movement is what helps the whole process of detoxification in your body. That's what creates the filtering through your kidneys and through your liver so that you can detox. That's what creates the autophagy and the cellular regeneration in your body. I am not a scientist. I am passionate because I know this stuff works. I lived it. I'm an example. So here's what I challenge you. If you're interested in knowing about this technology, drop me some kind of comment. Also, if you look at the link in my bio, PEMFNation.com, I have a wellness activated living community. You click on that, you're going to have a lot of the videos, a lot of the information. You're going to have information about the various devices that we have and what the cost of the devices are. Here's what I will tell you. If you get a combination of devices or one device that cost at minimum $1,000, okay? And you may say that's a lot of money, but believe me, I in immune therapy get jacked up for anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 a month. Praise God that my insurance company pays 100% of it now, because I've already paid the $8,000 max copay. So I go through that every single month, where my insurance company bills anywhere between $25,000 to $50,000 for my immune therapy. And that doesn't include all the secondary doctors that I see. Okay? So again, thumbs up for great insurance, and I have a great company that I work for that has given me that great insurance. But here's what I tell you. The most productive, transformational thing that has happened outside of the immune therapy has been this PEMF technology. And I challenge you to learn about it, study it, reach out to me, tell me, I want to learn more, I want to understand more. I have a Facebook community as well if you want to join me over there. But I want to educate you on this technology because it's a game changer. This month, in the month of July only, if you spend one of these $1,000 units, right? If you do that, you will get a $500 value, what's called Obama air purifier. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but there's a certain region of the world where there are these people in Gangabama, I think that's the name of the area, where they have tremendous longevity in their life. And that's because the quality of their air is non-toxic. It's pure. And so what they have created, this OliLife, one of their devices, it's a A9 Bomba air purifier that takes away all the impurities and all the stuff from the air in order for you to actually breathe and clear out your lungs and help your lungs. So this month only, you buy any combination of devices that total $1,000, in your cart, they will add the $500 Bomba Air for free. Okay? Do you understand that? You are spending $1,000 or more if you decide, and you're getting a free Bomba Air. Now, if you spend $2,000, they will give you 2 Bomba Air, so you'll have it for 2 different rooms in your house. Okay? I challenge you to reach out to me. Like I said, I'm not a go live person. I don't normally do this kind of stuff. Here is the P90. Okay? The P90 Plus right here. That is the foot plate that has all the technology. You see my picture up above. I challenge you to learn about this technology. I invite you to join my community, to learn about PEMF Nation, to learn how you yourself can get involved and learn. And guess what? I bought not 1, but 2 devices, right? $1,500 for the P90 Plus because I got the advanced one with the wands. Another $1,000 for the shake and massager. Guess what? I've already made that money back. Why? Because you get 2 people. 2 people in their comp plan. Since you have resale rights, you share it, the benefits, if they need it. You're not selling. You're saying, do you have a problem? I have a solution. If you share it with them and they get it, 2 people earns you anywhere between $450 to $750. So you pay off your equipment quickly. And guess what? It becomes an income stream, right? That's just one of 6 ways this company pays you. Guys, if you don't take advantage of this July promotion, I don't know what to tell you. I'm giving you all the information. I'm giving you all the ability to learn. I challenge you to reach out to me. PEMF Nation, Biohack of the Century, P90 Plus. Get one, and I hope that we get to talk soon. I'm signing off.